What's going on? Welcome on in, guys. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. So, Andy Cohen is opening up to Us Weekly, and he's talking about Real Housewives of New Jersey after that explosive reunion where there was Teresa and Melissa, and they were coming at each other. And she was like, "I hate you. Shut up. I'm never talking to you again." And Melissa's like, "Well, I'm not going anywhere." And Teresa's like, "I'm so glad that after this, I never have to see your face again." And she's like, "Really? Are you going somewhere?" And she's like, "No, you're leaving." Well, now Andy Cohen's talking about who's leaving exactly. So he's telling Us Weekly that it's hard for him to imagine a show without Melissa or Teresa. He says that he's not sure what that would even look like, but he does see the show moving forward without both of them. He says that he thinks that Jersey can continue on without OG Teresa, who I agree is the queen of New Jersey. However, I do think it is time for her to be put on pause, especially with all this Louis stuff. And then Melissa, I mean, I don't know. I personally think the show should move forward with Melissa and without Teresa and maybe give Teresa her own spinoff. I've given that theory a few different times now. So I think that's the direction that we should go in. Give Teresa her own show, let her and Louis kind of have their fairy tale Italian marriage, and then what was Melissa's book called? Hot Marriage, something about a hot marriage Italian style. I remember when everyone like hated it because they're like, this is like old school, whatever. I think Teresa and Louis can have that spinoff. But Andy Cohen thinks that he's not sure what's going to happen with the show. It is kind of on pause right now based off of the rumors that the show is not picking up production anytime soon. So it seems like at least for the summer, they're going to have some time to take a beat, unlike Vanderpump Rules, which now seems to be picking up cameras already again this week, which is also very sooner than I was expecting. But I think that Rachel Fuda and Danielle Cabral, the two newbies this season, I actually think that they can be the ones that take the show Jersey into its next era. I think Danielle's family drama can absolutely take center stage at this point. I just feel like they're such a breath of fresh air and they're so Jersey that they can keep those Jersey roots while also having the family aspect with Danielle, because I can see the show actually moving forward with Melissa and with Danielle's brother joining the show. And then there's some beef, right, between Danielle and Melissa because it like throws it back to when Melissa and Joe joined the show behind Teresa's back. Because this will be what, Danielle's second season. Melissa and Joe came in on Teresa's third season. So I feel like we can kind of have that throwback moment. But I think that Danielle having a brother come on the show and then having all of the drama aired out on the show, I think that this may cause some beef between Melissa and Danielle because Danielle will finally be like, well, now I understand Teresa's side of things. Now I get why she didn't like you because you came on the show, and then there's drama with the family. So I can see Danielle turning on Melissa for now finally seeing Teresa's perspective and Teresa's side of things. And we may even get Teresa coming in and doing a cameo that she films with Danielle just to shade Melissa and give Danielle a little advice on how to make it right with your brother because that's your family and blood should always stick together. Okay? Unlike Melissa, who went and tore up and broke up a family. So don't trust Melissa because she's a home wrecking stripper with her boobies. So I can definitely see that happening. And I think Teresa would come back for a cameo just to shade Melissa and to prove, see, this is why Melissa's such a bad person. Now you get it. Now somebody gets it. Somebody finally is going to get it. And I think it's going to be Danielle when her brother secretly joins the show behind her back. And I think her brother, from what we've heard, sounds bitter enough and thirsty enough to make that move. So I think this gives us old school vibes with a fresh take and can help move Jersey into the future. And I think we kind of need Melissa as like that veteran blood. And Dolores. I think Dolores, even though Dolores and Melissa came into the franchise later, Melissa in season 3 and Dolores in season 7, 6, 5, 5, season 5. That's when Dolores came in with Siggy. Even though they came into the franchise a little bit later, I think that they just have that old school veteran blood because they have connections to the original cast members. But we never got to see Dolores and Caroline, huh? That's interesting. We saw Dolores and Jacqueline. We saw Dolores and Teresa. We see Dolores and the others. It'll be interesting. I just don't think Teresa really has any friends aside from Jen, who after the last reunion seems to be like trying to buddy up with everybody because she wants to stay on the show. All right, Jersey, let's bring it.